co-chair.
Hi, Sam. Good morning.
No,
How
you
are
have
you?
to do this, Ken.
Oh, gotcha. How you doing? Before I say anything, let me make sure I greet you properly. Mwah.
Great.
Good.
All righty. So
There's the skinny guy. He showed up. Tall skinny guy showed up.
I think they told me I need to use the microphone, and I'll go ahead and do that so that everybody can hear and accommodate. Well, this morning, or this afternoon, I guess at this point, we are here for a myriad of reasons. We are here not only because of what just happened, but we're also here because of what we're getting ready to do. And what we're getting ready to do is fight for the purposes of democracy. You see, if there was no need for us to activate and do the good work of fighting for democracy, we could all be at home, rest assured, having some good breakfast, and depending on our government to do what's right. Right now, I don't have the confidence that that is going to happen with the government that we have. And so, with that thought, I tend to think of it this way. If there wasn't a need for slavery to be abolished, we wouldn't have heard from Frederick Douglass. And if there wasn't a need to desegregate our communities, we wouldn't have heard from Rosa Parks. And if there wasn't a need to desegregate our schools, we may not have ever heard of Ruby Bridges. And if there wasn't a need for some government action for rights for black and brown people, we never would have got the Civil Rights Act of 1964 or the Voting Rights Act of 1968. We never would have desegregated. We never would have had the rights that we deserve so much today. We wouldn't have had it. If there was never a need to march for justice, there would be no Martin Luther King. If there was never a need to march for justice, we wouldn't see a John Lewis. And if there wasn't a need for us to be involved and in government and using our voices and making sure that we're heard, we never would have seen a Barack Obama or a Kamala D. Harris. Today, we have to be active. We have to get our friends active. We have to get our family active. And we have to fight back to the nonsense that we are facing in our American government. We have been here before, and we can do it again. I'm going to say that one more time. We have been here before, and we can get through this again. 2026 is a very, very short time away, and 2028 is just a little bit longer. If we hold on and we unify and we fight, I can rest assured that our future will look very bright. That is all I have to say, other than let's get ready to fight. And I'll close with the words that I told some folks who asked me my opinion not too long ago. I'll close with this. If I have to be the modern day John Lewis, then I just have to be the modern day John Lewis. Let's get into some good trouble, folks.
Great. I'm actually president of the local NAACP for a short term yet. I've served for over 20 years, and I'm older now, and I have come through many a trial. And it started very early, when I was a young kid and not even aware much of what was going on. But through the years, I've come to the point where the reasoning is why are we all treated so differently? We've got to come, and I think things happen for a reason. But as I look at this election, which I believe was triggered from somewhere, it wasn't real. But the fact that we can't rely on each other. I really believe that people just change their minds or encourage not to vote for our candidate. But I did not get so grieved that I give up. I have not given up. I'm 90 years old and I haven't given up. And I encourage you and this whole community and the other communities around us that we should stand for our civil rights, our human rights, and move forward. Tell our children, leave a message for them of just what we should try to achieve, even today. Saddened by our election. I am tremendously saddened by what happened. But we can't change anything by sitting in a dark room. If I had done that, I wouldn't be sitting here speaking today. But I've got a voice, I'm going to use it. And I fight for our children and their education. I will not, I hope I don't live to see the Trump's presentations are imposed on our regulatories, our school administrators, but we have to watch our representatives ensure that they're doing what they should do. And when they're not, do as I do, call them. So we have to get together, stay together, doing what we should, but do it together. It shouldn't make a difference if I've got a black message. That's not a black message. It's coming from a black person. Doesn't mean that the message is different. So I just encourage every one of you, as we move forward, let's do it together.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Oh, I can do it.
Yep.
Yesterday, we gathered at Payrow Plaza in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania for the Go Tell Pharaoh protest. Activists from Allentown, Bethlehem, Easton, and local NAACP chapters joined us in solidarity, raising their voices for freedom and justice. A special thank you to Mrs. Esther M. Lee, founder of the African American Heritage Center, for her inspiring leadership and dedication to our community. Your passion and commitment drive the movement for change. Go Tell Pharaoh is a phrase deeply rooted in the biblical narrative of the Exodus, where Moses is instructed by God to demand the release of the Israelites from slavery in Egypt. For the African American community, this phrase symbolizes a powerful call for liberation and justice, resonating with the historical struggles against slavery, oppression, and systemic racism.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Brother, there's far too many of you dying. You know we got to find